been Fritz AO. I'm one of the directors of the board of ICDP, and it's my pleasure today to interview Peter Fritz, who is actually my father and is special advisor to the board of ICDP. Peter Fritz is an Australian businessman. He is originally from Transylvania, on the border of Hungary and Romania, but he's been living in Australia, in Sydney, for the last 58 years. He is a managing director of the TCG Group, and he's chair of Global Access Partners. And I wanted to interview him today so you understood a little bit more about the people behind the development of ICDP and Pacific Connect. So Dad, thanks for agreeing to do the interview. Can you tell all of us about your involvement in Pacific Connect and how your experience as a businessman and all the other experience you've had is relevant to the work that you do with the Pacific Connect community?
It is a pleasure for me to join you today. I consider it a privilege to be associated with Pacific Connect and ICDP. The Pacific embodies for me the drivers of my business career. And those are curiosity, working in partnership, and learning. My involvement with Pacific Connect, specifically the three elements that I enunciated, is that the Pacific communities work together. They are in partnership and they understand also the value of partnering. I am looking to learn from the communities in the Pacific and apply that learning in my business and my life here in Australia.
Okay, thank you. And what have you learned through the development of ICDP and Pacific Connect? What have you learned and how has being part of this initiative changed you?
Oh, that is a very, very big question. And I think in the last 4 years or so, I have visited Pacific countries often, and I value the friendship that I made with very accomplished and very caring individuals. And I learned the value of helping each other.
And when you think of a vision or an aspiration for Pacific Connect and for ICDP, what is that vision of the future for you?
I think being a businessman, for me, the only KPI is economic outcomes. So I want to grow business between Australian and Pacific people. I want to create businesses which have a regional and a global reach. And we are well on the way. You know, this is a slow process, and one has to be patient and one has to persevere. But the cultures in the Pacific have a deep root going back many, many generations. And I'm confident that you and your children and the new friends that I made will find a purpose and a reason to stay connected and build together patiently significant commercial enterprises.
Thank you for your time. For all of you watching, Peter Fritz is going to be around during the Ideas Exchange, and he's always happy to speak to anybody. So reach out, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. And thank you.